What's up, Sam Bros? Back again. We got a new deck profile featuring my man Blackbird with his Cell Reborn deck. Introduce yourself, man.
It's your boy Blackbird, your favorite TCG addict. What's up with it saying bros? Thanks for having me in the building, man, giving y'all this beautiful deck that I put together myself.
Yes, yes, it's all good, man. All right. You want to just introduce your deck real quick?
Yeah. Um Cell Reborn. I call it. Call it Cell Reborn. Um, my leader card, auto, when this card is placed in your leader area, choose up to one Cell Games Arena from your deck, activate it, and you can't activate field cards for the duration of the game. Not too bad.
All
Only
right.
one. So, um, this activate main is once per turn, choose one green or yellow card from your hand, place it under this card, then choose one card in your life and place it in your drop area. Draw two cards. Awaken. If there is a total of four or more energy between you and your opponent, you may draw two cards and flip this card over. So that's pretty good. So, you know, first turn, you already got Cell Games Arena out onto the board. Then his awakened side is Cell and Cell Jr. Endless Supremacy. Activate main. Once per turn, choose one green or yellow card from your hand. Place it under this card, then choose one card in your life and place it in your drop area. Draw two cards. Activate main. Once per turn, choose two cards under this card and place them in their owner's drop area. Play two Cell Jr. tokens. And the tokens have 15, no, they have 10k power, zero combo cost, and five combo power. So that's pretty good. It gives you two
All
tokens.
right. So it's kind of like the old Cell leader. Place one under, draw two cards, and then
Yeah,
second activating, but a little
yeah.
better. I like it.
Yes, it's a little bit rebooted. They're making Cell look pretty good out here, man. The foil,
All right.
lucky enough to get the foil lead. So you know,
All
um,
right. This into the deck and
okay. So this is how the deck pretty much starts. Cell Games Arena. This is already on the field. Its auto is choose one of your Cell Junior tokens and remove it from the game. When one of your Cell cards is removed from your battle area by an opponent's skill, choose up to one Cell card with an energy cost of seven. With energy cost of nine or less from your deck or drop area. Add it to your hand and choose up to one card in your opponent's hand and place it in the drop area. And shuffle your deck if you look through it. I'll explain how that works later in the deck. But for now, I'm gonna get to the engine on how it runs. So turn one, typically this is the card you want to have in your hand. This is one of the cards you want to have in your hand. Cell genetic consumption, one drop, which allows you to union absorb for free. Choose one Android 17 card in your drop area and place it under this card. Choose up to one green yellow multicolor cell card with an energy cost of four from your deck or hand and play it on top of this card in active mode. Then shuffle your deck if you look through it. So this is the card that basically is going to keep your engine alive. One of the main keys to the engine of keeping your deck going and running efficiently. So turn one, this is what you want to have in your hand, either some, and if you don't, you want a hard mulligan for it. Like this is
all
the
right.
one,
All right.
you know.
Mhm.
And then got Android 17. So I play six of them. I play four of the one drops, Android 17 Impending Crisis, because there's a counter attack, negate the attack. Play this card. Auto, if your leader card is an Android 18 card. When you play this card, choose up to one battle card with the energy cost of four or less that has Android in its name from your deck. Place it in your drop area, then shuffle your deck. So that's pretty good. Mainly, he's really just used for Union Absorb port purposes as well as the Endless Malice. Um, and
So
also,
those are your Union Zord targets, pretty much.
yeah, pretty much, yeah. These are just my Union Absorb targets. Really, I just rely on them heavy on Union Absorbing and keeping these in my drop. So these you want to keep in your drop area.
All right.
as much as possible. So you don't this is a card you really don't care about. You don't really care about using this counterattack or none of that other stuff unless you're in a dire situation and you need to play that.
Okay.
So once you union absorb, you get this baby out. So you can get this out turn one as well. You can get this out turn one as well, depending on if you go first, you probably get this out turn two. If you go second, you get this out, your first turn, pretty much. So turn one, you can get this out. Uh, the four drop, sell perfection reclaimed, union absorb, pay one green energy, choose one Android 18 card in your drop area, and place it under this card. Choose up to one sell card with the energy cost of 8 from your deck or hand, play it on top of this card in active mode, then shuffle your deck if you look through it. Energy exhaust, and his auto is if you have 4 or more energy, when this card is placed in a drop area from a battle area by a skill, choose up to one sell card with an energy cost of 8 in your drop area and play it. Staple. This is like the main key right here. This is what's gonna help you get your successor. This is going to help you success right here. This is one of the main keys to successor. So this is one of the big parts of the engine. And also like it's used for good defense as well too. So like if you get an opponent, you're matched with an opponent that's nagging you or using a lot of battle skills that get your battle cards off the field. They pop this and you got 4 energy, then you get the 8 dropout, which I'll be getting to in a second as well. So in order for you to get to the 8 drop, you have to union absorb. So you'll pay your 1 energy, and then you'll get an Android 18. So I play 4 of these, of the 3 drops, and these as well. You want to keep these in the drop area as well too, because this is another key for you to union absorb and to keep your big boys out there. And so her activate main is pay 1 colorless. If your leader card is an Android card and you send this card from your drop area to your warp, choose up to 1 green or yellow Android card with an energy cost of 1 in your drop area and add it to your hand. Best card, I can tell you right now, this is the best card that will get on your opponent's nerves right here. This card, you pay your 1 energy, so like say, go back to the 1 drop. Your opponent's trying to stop your train, they get rid of this. Okay, then you tap your 1, send this from your drop to your warp. You get that 1 drop right back to your hand and just restart your chain. And just to counterbalance that, to make sure um that I keep an Android in the drop. So when I do send this to warp, I got the super combo, the 2
Okay.
drop super combo. So some spice, adding some spice right there, and the 2 drop. If your leader card is blue or green, when you combo with this card from your hand, your opponent chooses 1 card in their hand and places it at the bottom of their deck. Another good card. Opponents don't like, you know, having to lose cards from their hand either to the deck or the drop area. This
Yeah.
is good to, you know, get really even the odds, you know. So, and also it's an Android 18, so you need to have an Android 18 as well as like the Android 17s. You have to have Android 17. It can't be a Hellfighter. It has to be an Android 17. So I also have a Deadly Defender, mainly used for charging and successor purposes, and
Okay.
also union absorb purposes. And then this is this is what you get right here once you union absorb from the 4 drop, union absorb the 8. I mean the Android 18, and you play this baby right here. Turn 2, you can have this out on the field. Turn 2. I got 4 of these. I play 4 of these in the deck. I run 4. I run 4 of these. I run 4 of the 4 drops and 4 of the 1 drops. You want to be able to have these cards at all times, either in your deck or in your drop area. So, auto, when you play this card, choose up to 1 of your opponent's battle cards and KO it. Auto. Choose one Android 18 card under this card. Place it in its owner's drop area. When your opponent's card attacks, negate the attack. Then choose up to one green yellow multicolor cell card with the energy cost of 4 under this card. Play it and place this card in its owner's drop area. Good card. So you get him out turn 2. By now you probably already swung 2 or 3 times. Bam. You get him out. Swing. Your opponent goes to attack. Okay, you negate. That's what you got all the Android 18s for. You'll negate. So you'll go all your material go to the drop, then you'll play the 4 drop and get that right back. So basically, like you're always going to be recycling. That's all. That's what Cell's all about. He's just all about the recycle and keep regenerating. So shout out to Cell because they're making him look good, man. The art on these cards is beautiful, bro. Like
All right, all right. So it's pretty much just recycling. If it dies, you can just recycle the whole chain again.
yeah.
All right.
So and then now we'll talk about the Cell Games Arena just real quick before I get to the second half of the deck. Basically, the cards that will end the game for you that are game enders. So the Cell Games Arena, how that pretty much works is my leader card, I remove 2, so I obviously got a couple tokens on the field. My opponent decides he wants to pop one of my Cell cards, whether it's the 8 drop, the 4 drop, or the 1 drop. Okay, the auto will trigger. I'll remove a token from the game, and I can either get a nine drop or less from either my deck or my drop area, and add it back to my hand. So therefore, you're able to restart the chain all over again with just this one card right here.
All
So,
right.
and then I'll get to the second half. Uh, Now this second half is the game enders. These are what can end the game from either turn 3 to turn 6, depending on your matchups. So you got the 4 drop Gokus. Very good card. This is another card you want to keep in your drop area. This is another card you want to keep in your drop area. At least one of them. You want to play 4. I play 4 of them. So you want to at least keep one in your drop area and one in your energy if possible. You don't really want to charge any multicolor in this deck at all. You want to charge straight up mono yellow, mono green in this deck. So you want to at least try to charge um, a Super Saiyan Son Goku if you can. So his auto is when you combo with this card from your drop area, choose up to one green yellow multicolor Sun Gohan childhood card in your battle area and switch it to active mode. Activate main. If your opponent has 4 or more energy and you have a cell card with an energy cost of 4 or more in play, play this card from your hand. If you do, choose up to one of your opponent's cards, switch it to rest mode, and you can't play, obviously, the Goku for the duration of the turn. So you want to keep one in your drop, at least 1 or 2, really just one. One in your energy, and if you can, you know, keep one in your hand. Because when you get to turn 4, you can either get him out for free, pretty much, and then rest one of your opponent's cards. And I'll get to the first part of the auto on this next card. So that's the Goku. You want to play 4 of those and try to keep that in your drop too as well. So the next card is my turn 3 kill. Super Saiyan 2 Son Gohan Wounded Victor Successor Triple Strike. Pay 3, 1 green, 1 yellow, 1 colorless. Auto, once per turn, when this card attacks, choose up to one yellow Sun Goku card in your drop area and combo with it with this card. Triple Strike. You do this turn 3, your opponent negates, his auto will still trigger, then you'll get this. So his auto, obviously, when you combo with this card from your drop area, choose up to one green yellow multicolor Sun Gohan childhood card in your battle area and switch it to active mode. Switch that back to active mode. So now he's swinging pretty much triple strike, dual attack. So that's how that works.
All
And
right.
lot to get that, to stop that. If he's able to hit the board turn three and your opponent's tapped out and you got his life down to at least 4 or 3, you can take the game away with this. Swinging 2 times for 6 life. So that's the 8 drop. Now, got the 6 drops sale, the Devour. This is a card that you would put under your leader, either combo with or successor, one of the three. But you mainly want to try to just if things get real shaky early in the game and you got this card in your hand, you'll obviously have enough material, you know, to success. You play this card auto. When you play this card with successor, choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards, ignoring barrier, KO it. Then your opponent chooses one card in their hand and places it in their drop area. Auto. When this card is removed from your battle area by an opponent's skill or KO, draw 3 cards. Another card that can change the game for you right here, because you get this on the field, your opponent really is either going to try to negate his skills for the duration of the turn and try to get rid of it right then and there. But if not, this is a card that is more than likely going to stay on the board the whole entire game. For 25K, that's kind of hard to combo out of if you don't have, the combo power to combo to get out of that. And then also if you KO it, you draw 3 cards. Your opponent doesn't
Yeah,
want you
so
to draw three
pretty much
cards.
event stuff. Nice.
Yeah. So next card, I play just one cell, perfect force cell, turn 6. This is a turn 6, late in the game, depending on the matchups. You know, late in the game, evolve. You can evolve this on any cell. It can be the 8 drop, the 4 drop, or the 1 drop, either one. Then auto, when you play this card, if your leader card is an android, your opponent must choose cards in their hand until there are only 3 remaining and place the chosen cards in the drop area. Good card. So if this is late in the game, obviously decks are probably low. Negates has probably been spent out early in the game. Might be a 1 or 2 left on reserve. This card can come take the game. 30K, double strike. You know. So that's
Another
just.
pretty much.
You said what?
Another game finisher, pretty much, right?
So then the next card I got. This is turn 5. Sell. Unthinkable perfection. I got lucky enough to pull the SPR today. It's pretty sweet. Double strike. I play 2 of these. Auto. If your leader card is an Android card, when you play this card with successor, your opponent reveals their hand. Choose up to 3 battle cards in their hand, place them in their drop area, then choose up to one of your opponent's leader cards and negate its non-keyword skills for the duration of the turn. This card came in clutch. This is a clutch card. This is a clutch card, like very clutch. Like this card is like a turn 5, really turn 4. This is turn 4. Literally, you can have this out turn 4. You can have this out turn 4 by even just success in having an 8 drop on the field and a 1 drop. An Android, or you can do a lot with this card. You can take the game with this one. Triple strike, 30K. You know, and then with the successor. So then, imagine you play this swing. Your opponent does some freaky, crazy stuff to get out of the attack. Bam, turn 5, you success again. You just so happen to have this card in your hand, you success again. So that's why I play 2 of them, because you never know. You might get lucky enough to have both of these at the same time, and you can do a lot with these right here. So
All
that's
right.
the drop. Then right here we got the miscellaneous stuff, the stuff that kind of like counteracts with other decks that like to arrival, just some spice to add to it. Just play 1 Reborn, Massive Love, Arrival, one green energy. Auto, when you play this card or it is placed in your drop area from your battle area by a skill, choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards with an energy cost of 4 or less and KO it. 9 times out of 10, your opponent's going to have some cards on the field that's 4 or better. 4 or better, more than likely. So
Yes.
this card is a clutch card right here, and it's also good for successor material, or it's good for successor material. So you got this on the field. Turn what? You can get this on the field turn one, turn two, depending on what's in your hand and what strategy you're trying to go with. This card will come in clutch for you. You arrival, bam. Whatever turns coming next, whatever you got planned, you can arrival and then KO another one of your opponent's cards. So that card is very clutch. So
All right.
I just play one of those. Um, then I play two light bullets. Uh, my favorite card. This is my favorite card, the light bullets. Yes. Uh, Counter attack, negate the attack. Then you may choose two of your battle cards and switch them to rest mode. If you switch two battle cards to rest mode, your opponent can only attack with battle cards one more time for the duration of the turn. So my this is my Nimbus. This is the Nimbus that I like to use. Everybody's like, this is you should use Nimbus, but I like using this one the best. I don't know why. I just like it. I don't mind putting my cards at rest. You know, sometimes that's part of the strategy. You gotta make your opponent expend his resources or her resources on getting rid of your cards. You play a card like this, you put two cards in rest mode. Ooh, your opponent thinks you're vulnerable. You know.
Right. It's actually kind of better because Nimbus makes you pitch one. With Light Bullet, you just switch two cards and you just keep that one card instead of pitching.
Exactly. And not only that, pitching, you might have to pitch a card. Maybe who's to say that you're not playing against a mill deck, you know, and you play Nimbus, and now you got to pitch a card. Not only are you pitching a card for Nimbus, you're already pitching a card for a mill deck, or whatever the case may be. So yeah, this card is
Yeah.
definitely a clutch card right here. This card is
Or even
definitely.
hand control. Yeah, like you have to pitch a card for hand control.
Yeah.
So,
So
all right.
that's one of my favorite cards right there. So and I play two of those. Then I play four shocking death balls. Four of them.
All right, staple.
Got to, because depending on the matchups, it's always just depending on the matchups. This card might end up being charged, might end up being in your drop area before you can even think about using it. So these are just in here just because. But they do put in work though. They do put in work in late games. When I'm able to draw into these, like I don't never try to keep these in my opening hand unless I'm, and like I said, the matchup. So this card
All
definitely
right.
comes clutch late game. Shocking death ball. And then I play two dark power black mass Saiyans. Auto. When you attack with this card, you may add one card from your life to your hand. If you do, this card gets 10k power for the duration of the turn. Auto. When your opponent plays a battle card with 1500 power or less using a non-keyword skill, your opponent chooses two cards from their hand and places them in the drop area. So this card is also clutch. This card is also clutch because it doesn't allow your opponent to play tokens. It doesn't allow your opponent to play like anything that allows you to put a battle card on the field that's 1500 or less,
So
pretty
that
much.
pretty helps. That's a good matchup against like the Budax or
Yeah,
even Zelda itself.
right. Yeah, and like this is good for mirror matching and also the boo deck, the Bibbity. Like this card is very good. This card, your opponent's gonna absorb. If you're playing against Bibbity, this card's getting absorbed immediately. Believe that. This card's getting
Mhm.
absorbed immediately because you know your opponent doesn't want to be able to not start their chain. Just like with the cell, like this deck, I play a card like this. I can't utilize my token. Can't utilize my tokens. You know, against cards that can't get rid of the cards like this. You
Yeah.
know, this card
All
is a
right.
clutch card. So these are all my clutch cards in the back. The cards that kind of help me out towards the end if I need it. And then last but not least, we got Kick Barrage Piccolo. Mainly used for charging purposes, just in case I'm not able to get that yellow Goku. So mainly used for charging purposes or placing under my leader, you know. But every now and then you might get the chance to just tap 3 energy and KO. Fit it says auto once per turn. Choose 2 cards from your life and add it to your hand. Choose all of your opponent's battle cards in rest mode with 15,000 power or less and KO them. So it's a board wipe. It's a
All
good
right.
card, but
With cards 50,000 or less. All right.
yeah,
Nice.
yeah. So that's pretty decent. This is like early game board wipe, taking advantage if you know. But like I
Yeah.
said, the way this new meta is, man, your opponent's probably gonna have 4 drops or better out.
All right. I like the deck. Any shout outs you want to do?
Yeah, I want to shout out to my team, Ghost Kamikaze and Frieza's Emperor's Army. Man, my teams that I'm a part of, love these guys, man. Help me become a better player, learning the game. So I want to shout out to them. Shout out to my channel, TCG Addicts. I'll be coming soon with deck profiles as well. Shout out to my
All right.
boy Rose for having me on his channel. So you
Yes,
know
yes.
him soon on mine with one of his crazy decks that he's done built. Man, shout out to the bros, man. Saying bros. Appreciate it,
All
man.
righty. Man, thanks for let me having you, Nemo, you know. Appreciate the deck profile, appreciate you being on the channel.
Yeah,
But
sure.
all right. That's it